Hi, hope everybody's okay and enjoying a Saturday evening. You've got me in my comfies. I obviously haven't got my glad rags on for a glamorous Saturday evening or anything. I'm just in my comfies. Feel free to come and say hi in the chat. I hope that my internet connection is okay. I do have a little squiggly bit in the corner that's saying my internet connection might not be great, so do let me know in the comments if you can see and hear me okay. So exciting. I am nearly hitting 7,000 subscribers. Like, that's mad. Like, I never ever thought that would happen. Like, amazing. So thank you to each and every one of you who joins me on my videos, whether that's my pre-recorded ones or my lives, who like my videos, who subscribe to my channel. Like, it means the world. Like, it really, really does. My husband is saying all seems fine so far. I wonder if it was just that initial connection. So yeah, so it's a little bit impromptu. Obviously, I very rarely sort of go live on a weekend, but I got some exciting deliveries. So I thought, what better way to celebrate pretty much hitting 7,000 subscribers? I'm kind of going to hit that milestone over the next couple of days. And I'm away over the next couple of days for a business event. So I kind of won't be able to celebrate with you when it happens. I'm just going to celebrate before, because yeah, yous are all amazing. And yeah, I think I'm 18 away from hitting 7,000 subscribers. And in honor of that event, I actually washed my hair today. So it was desperate. It needed doing. So yes, so I've had a couple of exciting deliveries this week. My rainbow fabrics delivery came, which I've obviously been talking about for a couple of weeks. I put in, I want to say big order, but it wasn't big monetary wise. It was just big meterage wise. But they did have a sale on, so it did take a couple of weeks to arrive, but it was absolutely well worth the wait. And then also today, which is why it was a little bit impromptu, and I've decided to hop on today and show you all the goodies. I received a lovely delivery from Laura from Little Stitcher Sews. You will know Laura because I often speak about Little Stitcher Sews, because that's where I get my threads from. And she has kindly sent me a box of goodies which arrived today, so I'm going to show you them as well. So I'm just going to say hi to a few people in the chat. So we've got Sue, Michelle. Sue saying she can see and hear me okay. It was probably just the initial connection. Julie's here, Sabine, other Sue, Donna, Funky Garments. I'm sorry, I don't know your first name. I do apologise. Jilly's here, Kathy, Karen, Laura from Little Stitcher Sews is here and says hi everyone. Notorious Alice says watching on the TV, so not on the chat, but wanted to say congrats on the 7K. Thank you so much. Michelle's just woke up from a nap. Lots of people saying congrats on the 7K. Obviously, I'm not quite there yet, but I'm literally like 18 people off. So I'm on target to hit it in the next couple of days. Donna says, I've just started using my Little Stitcher Sews text thread, and it's gorgeous to work with. Yeah, it is my favorite thread. So if anybody's been on one of my lives where I always sort of explain which thread I'm using, and I tend to stick with the Tex 45 thread, even though I sew on an industrial machine, which can take a Tex 70. But the reason that I always purchase a Tex 45 thread is because I also have a Janome HD9, and it basically means that I can use the same thread on both machines and I don't have to worry. Some people can use a Tex 70 on a Janome HD9. Mine doesn't like it. it just refuses to use Text 70, but it sews beautifully with the Text 45. So that is why I just stick with the Text 45. And I do find that I like the stitching on a Text 45. I like the look of a Text 45. So that's what I stick with. And this is what is on my machine at the moment. I'll bring it into focus a little bit more. It's beautiful. I love it. It's my fave. But it's purple and blue. It's not green, which is a bit of a shock. But I am really loving purple at the moment, as you can probably tell. So yes, that is, I do love Laura's threads, and she does have a really beautiful selection of colours and that as well, and it is beautiful quality. And I use the threads all the time, and I'm yet to run out of a spool, so they last ages. So I'm going to go through my Rainbow Fabrics haul first, because that is what arrived first. I'll then show you the goodies from Laura. Basically, I'm just trying to keep you around longer. And she did also send me a couple of things which I am going to do a little giveaway. And I'm going to do that just to sort of celebrate hitting this milestone. So I am living life large on a Saturday night, drinking a cup of tea. Sue says, what an amazing achievement, nearly hitting 7K. I know, I'm shocked that 7,000 people want to see and hear me. So yeah. Michelle says, I have a few Text 70 that stitch great on my HD9, although I don't like it in the bobbin, so tend to stick to a Text 45, so don't need to adjust the bobbin tension and haven't got a second bobbin case. Yeah, like I just find it I can just thread the HD9 up with Text 45 and it sews beautifully. I don't have to worry about it at all. So that's why I tend just to stick to it. So Michelle says, when do YouTube start sending plaques? 100K, Michelle. I think I'm probably just going to go on Etsy and buy my own before then. I think I might treat myself toward it 10K, 100K. 10K, because YouTube sends you one at 100K. But yeah, it's 100,000. I found that out when I can't remember at what point we were talking about it, me and Andy, and I said something about, oh, I wonder if YouTube will send me a plaque at such a point. And I Googled it and it was like 100K. And I was like, well, I don't think YouTube will ever be sending me a plaque. I might just have to go on Etsy and buy my own, but that's fine. I'm happy to do that. Jilly's saying, I've only just found you within the last 6 weeks. I really enjoy your lives. Bag making and your amazing website and goodies. Thank you for making me welcome. You're welcome, because you are. Lynn says, evening all. Don't think any of us are surprised, Deb. You do a great job. Oh, thanks. So I also know I do a really good job of enabling you all to go and buy fabric and things that you don't need. So although I am trying to downsize my fabric stash a little, because I do want to have quite a change around in the sewing room, which won't happen for a while. That's fine. I did actually need fabrics that go with fabrics that I already have. I need fabrics like complementary sort of fabrics to line, fabrics to use for pockets and what have you. And I found I just wasn't wanting to use plain, boring fabrics anymore. So a lot of what I bought from Rainbow Fabrics are those type of fabrics. So I'm actually going to change over to this camera, because I find when I do it on the front facing camera, my the color sort of saturation goes really funky. So I think you'll get a little bit of a better view on this camera. So none of you will be surprised at this one. It's green but it's beautiful. It's like a sort of like an army green, this sort of inky mottled effect. I've got so many greens in my stash. and this will just be perfect for using for card slots, using for zipper pockets, slip pockets, all of that sort of stuff. So, and I just, as soon as I saw that, I was like, that is going in my basket. Thank you very much. This one, shown up a little bit brighter on camera than what it is in real life. It's fairly accurate. Beautiful burnt orange. Again, sort of like an inky, marbly effect fabric. Again, card slots, zipper pockets, lining fabrics as well. And this was another one that I picked up, and I just thought these two will go really well together. This is a lining fabric, possibly bits of exterior as well, and then this to sort of complement it. I did purchase, I'll come back onto this camera for a second. I did purchase a beautiful like flame orange fabric from Rainbow Fabrics when I was at an event. I want to say Festival of Quilts, might have been one of the other events that they were at, and I've used it all. I just found I reached for it all the time. It goes with so much stuff. So when I saw this fabric here, very similar but slightly different, I was like, I'm having some of this. And then when I saw the butterflies, I was like, I'm having some of this as well. Because for those of you in the UK who possibly buy your supplies from me, you will know that I've got some nice butterfly zipper pulls. So I thought, well, this will go perfect with them. So that was them too. I saw this nice blue. Again, I just thought complements so many blues that I've got in my stash to sort of use as either a lining or to complement other fabrics that I might be using as a lining. It's got so many different sort of shades of blue. It's got white in it. So I just thought this would be something that I'd reach for quite a bit, even sort of using to complement as a purple. Like if I was using a purple lining, I think this would go really well to use for slip pockets, zipper pocket linings, that sort of thing. I just really liked it. I do really like blue as well. Donna says, I'm waiting on 17 meters to arrive. I've gotten 14 meters. And I can't remember everything I ordered. Yeah. Michelle says, I'm finishing my first ever bag test this evening. I'm a bag tester now for a bag designer called Bag Goddess. Oh, I've not heard of them. I will have to check them out. So this might get me to my YouTube started finally. Please do, Michelle. I'll come back onto this camera. Do start, because I'll subscribe and I'll come and watch. And if I can help at all, feel free to message me, reach out. Sandy's saying, love the orange and the butterflies, as does Janet. Michelle saying, love the butterfly. Lynn saying, blue's my favourite colour. Yeah, I did. I love this one. Okie dokie. More butterflies in a rainbow print. I do love a rainbow print because it can just go with everything. So it's got oranges, greens, blues, purples, pinks. And it's very similar to my zipper pulls that I had designed, well, that I designed and had made. So yes, I thought I'm having this one as well, even though I'd already bought butterflies that was specifically orange, and I thought this will go with so many different outer fabrics as a lining. And then I'll show you these three off the back of this one. So you probably recognize this fabric because I have this fabric. Janet saying, sorry, I missed where you got your fabric from. Rainbow Fabrics. It's in the description down below. I do love Rainbow Fabrics. It's the first time I've ordered from them online, because I usually stock up when I see them at events. So yes, it was fun. So this fabric I bought at one of the previous events I was at, and I've used it all up. So I was like, right, I'm going to buy another meter of this because I reached for it fairly often. Although I'm not particularly a pink person, I did reach for it fairly regularly. And then I saw this one and I was like, I'm having that one too. Same design, different colorway, bright lime green. I was like, that is gorgeous. I'm having that one too. And then I saw this one, purple, exactly the same fabric, different colorway, and I was a little bit greedy and got 2 meters of this one because I do love purple, and I thought this one matches my hair. So I thought I knew how quickly I'd use this fabric up, so I got 2 meters of this, and all of these ones here were £2.99 a meter. So I was like, they're so reasonable. And rainbow fabrics are all the dead stock fabrics. So the fabrics that are already printed, they're already in circulation, and they go out and source these dead stock fabrics. So it's another sort of like good thing about them. So yes, so it kind of matches my hair a little bit, maybe when it's a little bit more washed out. So I love them ones. Donna's saying I got 2 meters as well of the purple, as it's my favorite color. And Michelle is saying I'm hoping they're at the Stitch Festival. I think they will be. They usually are. I think that is where, well, the Stitch Festival was the first sewing event that I ever went to. Obviously, I attended the Stitch Festival to help Emma, like as an attendee, and it absolutely, like, I just love attending sewing events. I hadn't really ever gone to them before because I did think that they were more sort of embroidery, dressmaking, which I don't really tend to do much of, but I'm going to come to that in a little bit. So I'd never really sort of made the effort to go to any, and Stitch Festival, oh my, I'm just addicted to them now. I just love them. And I think I've been to pretty much all of the biggish ones and the ones local to me since, because I just love them. But I can't go to Stitch Festival this year because I did say to Emma when we were at Knitting and Stitching Show at Ali Pali when we met up, I said, I'll come and help you at the Stitch Festival this time. I'll just come for the entire time, and I'll stay the entire time that it's open and help you out the entire 4 days. And then I just had this little thing in my head and I said, just remind me of the dates again. And I'm really sorry, Tracy, because I'm going to mention the H word. And when she told me, and I was like, I'm away on holiday. I can't help you. So sorry. And I mean, obviously I'm excited to go on holiday, but I was absolutely gutted that I'm not going to be able, A, to go and help Emma out, but B, not be able to go to Stitch Festival as well, because it was such fun. And I think out of all of the events, I don't know whether it was because it was the first event I went to, and the first ones always have that, like, a special place in your heart, but I just love Stitch Festival. I think it's got lots of like quirky, like independent indie sort of retailers as well. So, but I'm going to see if they have the dates announced for next year, and I'll book my holiday around next year, just so I can go and help Emma out. Dawn's here. She says, hi, I made it. Michelle saying, I'm holding back from buying as I'm going to the festival next month. Yeah. I mean, they always have really good deals on as well. And Michelle saying, yes, I met you at the Stitch Festival last year. How that year has flown by. It absolutely is. Yeah. You're absolutely right, Sue. Let's start and call it a vacation instead of a holiday, and then we don't upset Tracy. She says, I knew I joined the chat for some reason, just to be reminded of your holiday. Yeah, I mean, I'm literally just going to text you the whole time I'm away there. No, I'm not, I promise. Right, let's continue on. So these two, more just kind of go for linens. I do get really drawn to purples. So this one I kind of picked up because I just thought it was so quirky and unusual. I was drawn to it. It's not something that I'd be typically drawn to either, but I just thought it was really fun, quirky, and yeah, it's just fun. And this one I picked up because I thought it would actually make a really fun lining fabric for any future makes for my daughter-in-law. It's fine, she won't be watching this. I made her a bag of Christmas, which I used some spider web fabric for, and she really liked it. So, and I thought this has got a sort of like a Beetlejuicy vibe, a little bit of like a Wednesday vibe, both things that she really liked. So I picked this up because then I thought if I want to make something for her for either her birthday or even Christmas, I can put this away. And this can be a lining for something for her if I want to maybe make her a backpack or something. So yeah, and at $2.99 a meter, I was like, yes, I'm having that. This I'm happy to have sit in my stash for a little while, for the perfect thing for her. Dawn saying, did you see Barb's Mr. Heckles the other day, Deb? I didn't, and I normally get notifications of all of Barb's videos because I love Barb's videos. Purple and black, it was gorgeous. I will have to go and check that out. Like, that's amazing. So I think they're all the kind of bag making fabrics that I got from Rainbow Fabrics. And then I picked up these three fabrics, so all the same fabrics, 3 different colorways, and the pattern is basically too big for anything bag making, and I hummed and hawed on them for ages because I'm purposely not wanting to buy things that are just going to sit in my stash for ages. That is, you know, obviously all of these fabrics, although they're not specifically earmarked for anything, I know that they'll get used up for linings. I know that they'll get used up for card slots, pocket pieces, all of that sort of thing. And I know that I've got fabrics that I want to use that I need complementary fabrics to go with them. And that's what these are for. So I hummed and hawed on these 3, but I just loved them. And I am wanting to get back into doing a little bit of dressmaking. I don't have a lot of time for dressmaking, so I don't want to be buying lots of fabrics for dressmaking. But these 3 just absolutely like spoke to my soul. And so there's this one, which is like a wine burgundy sort of colour. And then exactly the same print, but in navy. And then again, exactly the same print, but in like a mint sort of green. Now this fabric, I'm going to come back onto the other camera, and hopefully this camera doesn't go funny with the colours, but just to kind of show you how wide this fabric is. It's so wide, it's massive. And yes, it's just, I just love it. It's so, all of the colorways, if any of you have seen my video on having my colors done, all of these colors are in my colors. So what I'm thinking is skirt. I like really, if I wear a skirt or wear a dress, I like a really full skirt. So these will be wide enough and long enough, because I like a skirt to sort of hit at about mid-calf, ideally. I do wear longer skirts, but perfect length I like is sort of mid-calf. So that's what I have earmarked for these. I think I'm basically going to kind of do either 3/4 circle or a full circle, just with a plain waistband I probably am going to be a little bit extra and use bias binding to do the hem, because we all know that I'm fussy and I like things done properly. But yes, that is what these are going to be used for. So you'll have to keep me accountable, because I'm not known for my dressmaking skills or my want to dress make, but that's what those 3 are for. And they were so reasonable that I couldn't resist. So I got 14 meters of fabric for £40 delivered, which I just didn't think was, you can't argue with. One piece of fabric to show from a shopping trip today. A lot of you know that I love Emmanuel fabrics. They come over to the stall in South Shields every week, and I needed some grey vinyl, which this bag was made out of, literally the last of my grey vinyl. So I'm going to nip over, buy some grey vinyl. They don't have a huge selection on the market, and I saw this. I'll come over onto the other camera again, so you can, hopefully you can see this colour. It's a wool, like a wool blend. And the minute I saw it, I was like, I have to have that. It's like the most bright Cadbury purple. All know how much I love a wool blend, but I'm trying not to lift it up too much because it affects the camera, like the gradient and on the camera. But I just love it. And then there's something in the box that came from Laura. So when I opened the box from Laura today, I was like, oh, got so excited. And you know, the stuff from Emmanuel's is so reasonable that it was like £5 a meter for this wool blend. And as you'll know from a lot of my makes, I do use wool quite a bit. Tracy's saying beautiful purple. Sue's saying royal purple. Yeah, I would go with Cadbury's because I love chocolate, obviously. But yeah, I couldn't not get that one. And again, obviously there's quite a few purples in those linen fabrics that will go really well with that. So moving on to what Laura from Little Stitch of Sews has sent me. She's obviously very kindly gifted this to me. She has got a lot of new things coming onto the website in the next few weeks, the next few months. So please do keep checking out her website for all of the new things, and subscribe to her newsletter on the website, because people that get the newsletter will find out about everything that is new first. Obviously I don't want to sort of say too much, but I know like Laura's kind of got loads going on at the moment, and you know, obviously when you're one woman show, you can only do so much. So you know, it can be a slow process getting new products on, getting, you know, new releases on. So but I know she's got lots and lots coming. So some of the things that I've got are on the website. Some of the things that I've got are coming onto the website. So if there's something that you see that isn't on the website at the minute, sign up to her newsletter, and then when new things get added on, you'll find out about them. So just move this out of the way first. So you'll see people talking about, I should have opened these bags first, sorry, about like bonded polyester fabric. Laura calls it Lux Smooth. There are a couple of American suppliers who sell it. I'm just chucking it on the floor. I'll clean up later. Obviously us in the UK don't always get things as easily, but Laura is stocking it. It's very similar to what came in the, which way do I go? That way, in the Bag Makers box last week. In fact, last month. In fact, it is pretty much the same. I'm going to flip over onto the other camera to show you these two. I mean, if this doesn't speak to my soul, I do not know what does. It's absolutely beautiful. It's got such a nice weight to it. Hopefully the camera is kind of picking up how nice that drape is. It's got a good amount of weight to it, but without it being rigid and solid. And then I'm going to try and lift it up to the camera and see if you can see. I know it's sort of very white. Like that, it's like a brushed sort of effect. It's gorgeous. It's got so much structure to it. People ask if it's similar to water resistant canvas, waterproof canvas. It has similar properties, but it just feels different. It's so smooth. It's just beautiful. It's gorgeous. So she sent me this beautiful patterned fabric and then this gorgeous teal as well. The back's exactly the same. The colour is just absolutely gorgeous. You can see that it's not fraying. The edges, when it's being cut, I'll kind of lift it over my my table. I don't know whether you can see over the white. There's a little bit of fluff, I would sort of call that, from where it's being cut, but it doesn't fray. So it does make it very, very easy to work with. It doesn't need interfacing to give it any structure or to give it any stability. So it's absolutely beautiful. And a lot of these, I think, are on the website at the moment. Her website is linked in the description box down below, as are Rainbow Fabrics. So I'll pop them to one side. I'll keep them quite near to me, so if anybody wants me to show them again, I can. I'm going to come back onto this camera so you can't see them while I'm opening them. Hazel says, hello, what am I missing? All the things, Hazel. All the things. Sue says, hope you have plenty, Laura. Donna says, I'm keeping my eyes out for the new ruler. Wow. Keep watching. So, I should have kept these, because actually I could tell you what they're called, because Laura actually is very good and has stickers on everything. So this is called Teal and this is called Berry Autumn Leaves, if you're looking for it on the website. And then there are these 3 beautiful cords. I've actually been searching, and I don't know why I didn't look on Little Stitch Sews for teal cord. When I was at, where was it? Knitting and Stitching in Harrogate. I was searching all of the stalls there because I wanted some teal cord, but they were all sort of very dressmaking cords. And yeah, oh, it was amazing. So this colour is purple. This colour is charcoal. And this colour is Pacific. Pacific, not specific. So these are beautiful. They're a nice weight. They're not too thick, so they're not sort of upholstery weight where, you know, you're going to have a really sort of industrial type machine to sew through them. But they are strong enough to dress make with them, where some of the cords, you know, they have so much stretch in them that you've got to stabilize the life out of them for them to work. Julie says, glad I'm not into bag making, just like watching you. Donna says, I love working with cord. Ordered some black to try when I got my threads recently. It's lovely cord. I am so excited. I mean, I love this purple, but this teal, I'm going to try and like lift it up to the camera. It's just gorgeous. And I mean, them two next to each other, they're just stunning. And they are such a lovely weight. Like I say, they're not, I'm going to open this one out, they're not overly thick. I mean, you could actually, use something of this weight, to dressmaker in, but it hasn't got stretch to it. So, all of the other cords that I've looked at when I've been anywhere, the minute I've picked them up and come back onto this camera, the minute I've picked them up and tried them, they've just, the amount of stretch they've had in them, I've just been like, I don't want to run the risk of that, because there's just so much stretch in them. So these are absolutely perfect for bag making. And then she has sent me, I'm so lucky. Like, Andy will he'll confirm in the chat. I was dancing around the living room like an absolute mad woman earlier on today because I was so excited. So she sent me this beautiful vinyl. Again, I'm going to come over onto the other camera just that I don't knock off my colour saturation. I think this is the buttery smooth. I mean, how perfect's that? It's just, it's Grumpy saying she was like a child at Christmas. I absolutely, like, it was all of my Christmases had come at once this afternoon at like 3:30, whenever it was when this parcel arrived. But because I walked through the door with this in a bag and opened the box and saw this, and I was just like, how absolutely perfect are those? But I mean, it also goes beautifully with the purple cord as well, like, and it'll go beautifully with this too. I'm so excited, like, so excited. But this has just got beautiful texture to it. The back end's gorgeous. This will sew beautifully on a domestic machine. It doesn't have any stretch to it, so you won't need to stabilize it. So with an industrial machine, it will sew beautifully, but the weight of this will sew beautifully on a domestic machine. Obviously, keeping things like stabilizers, what have you, out of your seam allowances. But that is a beautiful weight vinyl. I'm so excited, I couldn't even think of the words then. So I'm going to show you these two before I show you the last thing. These are like a pearl vinyl, and I mean, obviously Laura's just 100% spoke to my soul the whole way through, trying to, this beautiful like blue navy, it's like a very light navy. Laura might be able to help out with names of colours in the chat if anybody needs them. And I mean, this green, it's just gorgeous. It's like, I'm going to see if I can bring up the website. It'll probably just automatically populate. Vinyl Pearl 4. So I think, and I'm sure Laura will probably correct me if I'm wrong, I think this one is called Blue Pearl. I think this one is called Jade Pearl, and it's just the most beautiful colour. And then the other one was Buttery Smooth in purple. But this has just got it is like a navy, but like a light navy. Like, some navies are so dark that they're almost black. This is just the most gorgeous navy, and I will show you because I just happen to have some navy. This is Little Stitcher Sews navy. Like, how well does that go with that? It's it's so good. It's just gorgeous. That's a really good sort of contrast thread too. I'm just thinking about what threads I'm going to use. So it's and again, beautiful weight. This will sew really well on a domestic. Yeah, blue and jade. Oh, I got it right. This will sew really well on a domestic machine. It's got lovely drape to it. The back, it's like a woven backing, so it's got really nice structure to it. You're not going to have any difficulty sewing through this. As I say, if you're using like a domestic machine, just keep the stabilizers out of your seam allowance. It's the same way that you would do anyway, but I mean, it's just gorgeous. And then the last roll, and I hear people talking about this all of the time, is this the adhesive hex polyester ripstock. This one's called Wet Cement, and it's this fabulous grey colour which will just go with all sorts of things. And I know people use this to cut into strips to use as bias binding. You could use this as lining fabric, you know, if you bind in a bag, you know, so like when I did the Vicky May 3 on the live on Thursday, which if you didn't watch it, go back and watch it on replay. You know, this would just stick to the other side of your piece. You wouldn't need an interface or anything. So it cuts down on your interfacing, cuts down on your time. It works so well. But I know a lot of people are using this to cut into strips and use as binding because it sticks in place. And then obviously this grey colour blends with so many things as well. So, and I love this sort of like hexagonal print on it too. It's like a honeycomb effect. It's beautiful. Michelle's saying the adhesive hex, sorry, my mouse isn't working very well there. The adhesive hex is amazing for binding. And it's magic. It doesn't even gum up the needle. So that's really handy to know. So much love for the fabric in the chat. The jade is beautiful. Sue saying the blue and jade faux and matching thread. The list is getting longer. I know. I'm sorry. Well, I did say that I'm a good enabler. Do you still have to sew the binding? Yes, I still would. I mean, I don't know exactly how well it will stick. I will give it a try and see what it's like for binding. But I still would sew it in place just to be on the safe side. But yeah, that is a looks almost green on this thing. I don't know whether I've got it because I've got a green top on. It's showing green. And then the last couple of things to show is, where are they? She has sent me some of the chucking things away, the accordion card slots. I know there's a few patterns. I did have a quick look before I came on to try and find the patterns, but I just didn't have time to find them. So if you know the patterns, put them in the chat and I can add them in the description, where these card accordion slots are used. So she has brown and a black, and then rulers. So I have 2 rulers, and there is 4 of these accordion slots. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to gift the rulers. Now, Laura had said, you know, if I wanted to keep one of the rulers and just gift one of the rulers to somebody, but we all know what a stash of rulers I have. And you lot are, you know, have been amazing. So I am actually going to gift both of the rulers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pair up a ruler and an accordion slot. So there'll be 2, and I will gift these to a watcher, a follower. It will be England, Scotland and Wales that I can send it to. Obviously, because of new rules, policies, I'm not going to get political. but GSPR and all of those things that ensue, it does mean that I can only send to England, Scotland and Wales. But if there is a subscriber who is out of those areas, who has a family member who is into bag making and what have you, who would then want me to send it to one of their family members for them to use, I'm happy to do that. So, you know, if you're in America but you have a niece, nephew, daughter, aunt, grandma, whatever, that lives in England, Wales, Scotland, and you would want me to send them to them as a gift, I'm happy to do that. I mean, ask them to subscribe to me as well. But yeah, so all I'm asking you to do is basically in the comments, just say, count me in. And then I will put everybody's names into a random generator and I'll pick out 2 names. But obviously, please do subscribe and go and check out Laura's Instagram and follow Laura's Instagram, because Laura has very kindly sort of said I could gift, you know, one of the rulers, but I am going to gift both of them because I do have quite a collection, and I would be being greedy if I kept a ruler that would just kind of sit in my stash. So yeah, so don't put it in the live thing because I might not be able to see them. Put it in the actual comments after the video. I will go, if you don't get the chance to do that, I will try and go into the live thing and see it. But basically, so that it really helps my algorithm, when this finishes, which will be shortly, just go into the actual comments and just put count me in, and I will put you into the random generator. And it basically means it pushes it out for people to watch this on a rewatch. I'm being a little bit sneaky, but basically it'll be random whether you get black or brown as well, but I will send them out. So like I say, if you are outside of England, Scotland and Wales, but you have a family member who is into bag making or quilting, you know, and would benefit from the ruler, I am happy to send it to somebody within those areas on your behalf. So, and for those of you who are in the Bag Makers Society Club, which is the paid part of what I do, there is links in the description box down below. There's a post that went out at 8 o'clock for something that's going to be happening each and every month for basically you to get something free. So yes, if you're in the Bag Makers Society Club, go and check that out. If you're not in the Bag Makers Society Club and you're thinking, oh, what's all that about? There is a link in the description box down below. Go and check it out. And then if you want to join, come and join us. It's literally like £8 a month. It's basically what used to be my Patreon channel, but I moved away from Patreon because I didn't agree with certain practices. You know, I'm very strong on my ethics. So yeah, so I hope you've enjoyed all of my goodies. Thank you so much, Laura. Like, I'm not going to lie, I went in the bath earlier on, washed my hair, and I had a little cry because I just felt so grateful that you sort of trusted me. I feel a little bit emotional again. You trusted me with all of this wonderful stuff. You're a small business owner just like I am, you know, and there are some awful people in the world, but you trusted me to send me this stuff, and I will certainly be using it, you know, over the next few months in my live makes, and you know, I will certainly be letting people know where it all came from, you know, and I've no doubt of the quality of it, because anything that I've had from yourselves, the quality has been absolutely amazing. If anybody wants to go and check out Rainbow Fabrics, I mean, this Rainbow Fabrics, I paid for my stuff, but you know, Rainbow Fabrics quality is always top notch as well, which is why I was perfectly happy to order online, because I'd bought from them in person before, knew exactly what I was getting, and it was, you know, what I've gotten online has been exactly the same as what I've bought from them in person. So like Andy says, I'm like a kid at Christmas. And let's all pray for Andy, because he's got to put up with me for the rest of this evening. So, but like I say, I will try and pick up people's comments from the live. But if you can go in and comment in the comments box, it does make it easier for me, and it does push me out in the algorithm, you know, all those YouTube goodies and what have you. Sabine says, so happy for you, Deb, well deserved, thank you. And Laura's saying, don't forget to like the video and share to get Deb to 7k. Thank you. And thanks for sharing the contents of the box. So glad you liked everything. Literally, Laura, it was like you were in my head. Can't wait to see what you make. And Andy, I haven't forgot about you. Oh, well, then Andy will be like a kid at Christmas. Donna says, my first order was excellent. Unfortunately, I ordered the day before the discount code was announced. Sign up to the newsletter, and any discount codes you'll hear about first. Lynn says, good to know you've had a boost. Yeah, it's been a bit of a crap start of the year, but you know, I've got something coming up that starts with the letter H or the letter V, depending on how you look at it. So, you know, you'll have a week without me, and that'll be my gift to you. You'll have a week without my little face popping up somewhere. So yeah, so now that I've cleared out 3 shelves in my cupboard, I'm going to go and fill them back up again. But I have actually been going through my my file because basically what I do is I have a file that I print out the front sheet of all of my patterns that I have. So basically I can just look through very easily what I've got. And yeah, so like I'm really liking some of these patterns where I'm on the opposite and I can't point to anything, but where there's these 2 contrasting fabrics. So I'm going to have a look through. I've took these out because I'm away on Monday. I'm actually going to meet Laura on Monday. Hopefully, if everything goes to plan, me and Laura can go and have a cup of coffee, because I'm going to like a trade event on Monday. I don't know what is going on with this piece of hair, but it's so long. It's been driving me nuts the whole live. And so I'm attempting the train, even after all the disasters of trains in the last 12 months. I am going to attempt the train once more. So I'm going to have 6 hours on the train on Monday. So I'm going to try and plan out my lives for March. So I'm going to think about some of these fabrics. So I've sort of pulled out some of the patterns that kind of jumped out at me. Some I might not. I can't remember whether I don't think I've messaged Brandy about permission to use her patterns on my channel, obviously with everything Brandy's got going on at the moment. But I might just make it anyway, just for me. But yeah, I was thinking this one in cord. So yeah, so this is going to go in my folder to take with me on Monday, so I can sit on the train and do some planning. And I think I might take some pictures so that I can have a think about what I'm going to use everything for. Janet says, I was on a train to Dunfermline in Scotland on Tuesday. Well worth the trip. One place I've not been. I do love Scotland. Kathy says, did I miss a discount code? It was on the threads. It was last week. I think it was last week. It was on one of my previous lives a couple of weeks ago. So yeah, so you might see a fair few lives being scheduled, but if you go onto my homepage, you will see there's a little section that says upcoming lives, and anything that I have scheduled to go out publicly will be there, and you can just click to be notified for any that you're interested in, and then should get a little ping when when I go live. And then for those of you in the club, I'm gonna on Monday, everything is scheduled, everything is set up and scheduled, but on Monday I'm going to sit and put all the events up in the various places that they go. So you'll see all of those going up on Monday, so you might want to put your phones on silent. So yeah, so thank you very much for joining me. I did say Andy, hopefully going to be sort of like 35-40 minutes. Yeah, okay, Deb, whatever. So like I can't get my drawer shut with all my threads in. So yeah, thank you very much for joining me, especially on a Saturday night. I hope I've not distracted anybody away from really good TV. I don't even know what's on. I don't watch normal TV, to be fair. So I am going to go and probably have another cup of tea, try and calm myself down after all that excitement. Let's all pray for Andy, because he's got to put up with me for the rest of this evening, and yeah, think about what I want to make and possibly hide some of it from Andy, because he might be watching this and have his eye on it. Hazel says I was going to go clubbing. Oh, well, you could have said, Hazel, I could have come with you. Donna says I was just having my once a week alcoholic drink. Yeah, well, I might go and have one because I am in training. So for that thing that's happening in a few weeks' time that we won't talk about anymore. So Sue says, thanks, Deb. So Janet says, what does Andy do? Well, sometimes he makes bags. So sometimes he gets his eye on my fabrics, but he doesn't obviously get in the sewing room very often because I'm in here. But work-wise, Andy supports people with autism I'm trying to explain it. Supports people with autism who have been in mental health hospitals, and he supports them to not go back into mental health hospitals. So putting things in place to help them with their mental health. Michelle says, I'm going to sort my tester pattern, pack up for tomorrow's market, and then have my bath. Yes, I need to actually, I can probably keep out of Andy's way because I need to do some cutting out for a meet up tomorrow. Lynn says, thanks, Deb. I'm off to order some more fabric. Soz, enjoy the rest of your evening, everybody. Lynn says, poor Andy. Yeah, I mean, we all feel sorry for Andy having to live with me. Nelly went 1 minute without mentioning that. Well, I alluded to it. I didn't actually mention the H word. It's going to be a little bit like the wedding, isn't it? When the wedding was coming up. Oh my God, is she talking about that wedding again? Donna's going to go and cut out another NCW. Won't be saying I'm making messenger bags at the minute, which I will be reviewing on my channel, not plugging. So yeah, Andy does like a messenger bag. He likes to make what he makes and then perfect it and then move on to something else. So yeah. But yeah, you can all go and follow Andy's channel as well, if you like. He obviously doesn't do so longs, but you know, we might be able to talk him into it at some point. So I've got a really itchy nose. But yeah, he doesn't really enjoy being on camera. But I'm hoping that once we get the room sorted around, we might be able to have sort of like a permanent setup so Andy can be in the room sewing at the same time. So you never know, we may be able to get Andy sewing at the same time, albeit not 100% on camera, but you know, it could be a work in progress. We shall see. But yes, Andy does do sort of like little walkthroughs of the bags that he makes. So yeah, if you want to go and follow Andy's channel, please do go and follow Andy's channel. Need to check that out for Andy, and don't forget the uniform. Yeah, is Andy getting his own jacket? Possibly, if we can get the space. Don't know whether, just thinking about it, whether to get another H2 or whether to get is it an F5? That's just a straight stitch, but that does do lighter fabrics as well. So something to look at. Grumpy says he will do a stash video tomorrow of the fabrics he's bought, because he did get some from Rainbow Fabrics and a couple at the market today. So yeah. Michelle's asking where the little lights are from under the shelves. They are just from Amazon, I think. I shall have a look on my back catalogue, and I can send you a link, Michelle, but I'm pretty sure they were just off Amazon. And they do, I tend to keep them on a pinky purple. Sorry, I did say I was finishing shortly. Yes, Sue, for people putting count me in. But you can change the colours, and you can have all different colours. Oh, that's pretty much exactly the same colour as my hair. I should leave it as that. So yeah, right. I am going to love yous and leave yous and let yous go and enjoy your Saturday evening. I'm a nightmare, I know, but I just enjoy your company so much. So have a lovely rest of the weekend. Enjoy the beginning part of your week. Obviously, there's no live on Monday, hence why I came on today to do it, because I'm away. Thank you for the video. I now have a shopping list, and especially for the bonded polyester fabric. I've been searching for it for a while. Yeah. Donna says, what's Andy's channel? This is Andy's channel, Grumpy. So yeah, if you just search that in, you will find it. So yeah, so no live on Monday. I will schedule my penny, which is going to be next week's live, and any other lives will all get scheduled in the next day or two. And we have the lovely Dawn on the podcast on Wednesday, so please do join us for that, because I am really excited to chat to Dawn. That's probably going to be a long one, because I've got a feeling me and Dawn might chat for quite some time. So bring a cuppa and possibly some biscuits. So thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you soon. Bye.